Hello, we are Geeks Assembled, and today we are talking music again. We're talking about an album that was released in June 1984. It was the sixth studio album by this person, but this was the first time I had heard of this man, um, and I never looked back after hearing his music. This album has sold 25 million copies worldwide. It's the third best selling motion picture soundtrack of all time. We are talking Purple Rain by Prince and the Revolution. There you go, as modelled by Ethan over there, with my face in the image. But also in the US alone, this album went platinum 13 times. 13 times platinum. That is hell of an amount there. So, Ethan, do you want to start? You say on Purple Rain? You like to start on your first thing to say about Purple Rain?
Well, yeah, definitely. Well, it's arguably the most recognizable album by Prince. I mean, if you ever say Prince, the first thing everybody's going to think of is Purple Rain. I've been a fan of Prince for years, but unlike some of my friends who knew Prince through Purple Rain, I was the other way around. I knew Batman and then Purple Rain. So it was only after I watched back as a kid, I watched the original 1989 Batman, heard the Prince soundtrack, and I thought, oh, this music's amazing. What is this? And thankfully, back in a day where you couldn't look at anything up on the internet, you had to go to the store and say, can you give me everything that's Prince? Well, here's the first one, Purple Rain. And so I watched, I got the album / soundtrack of the movie, Purple Rain, which is a good film, very good film, very, very 80s movie, but fantastic musical.
Yeah.
So that I catch up with Prince. And what was great about Prince is he was just one of the musical geniuses where he could play multiple instruments, be it the electric guitar or the piano, the drums, everything that he could get his hands on.
We hate him.
Yeah.
Talent.
And one of the best things about him was he was just such a great writer. And the best way I could describe this album is pretty much Prince. It's album. It's edgy. It's daring. It's sexual. It's romantic. It's beautiful. It's raunchy. It's, as one of the albums would say, controversy.
Yeah.
And no one has ever seen anything like him. And he is just one of the greatest musicians who ever lived and one of my absolute favorites of all time.
Ah. Well, sort of similar thing to what Ethan said there. As I said, I first discovered Prince through the song When Doves Cry, which was released around about the summer of 1984. And I thought, what one hell of a song that is. Then I found out it was off this album, Purple Rain. So, and I was surprised to learn it was his sixth studio album. His sixth studio album. So there was 5 more before this, and this is the only first time I've even heard of this man. Admittedly, I went back and bought 1999 because that, with the success of this album, 1999 sort of got a reissue a year after this. and that's a hell of an album. And I said I've collected all his albums ever since. And this one, there's no exception. There's every song on it it's just a work of art, a purple work of art, shall we say?
Yeah.
We'll go to the track listings now. Let's see. The first track, "Let's Go Crazy," was a number one in the US. This wasn't released as a single in the UK until 1985, and it was a double A side in 1985 with "Take Me With You," which, being a double A side, it reached number 7 in the UK. Going, but "Let's Go Crazy." So, what's your take on this one then, Ethan?
Well, I think this is like a really good opening song to the album / soundtrack. It's fun,
and what a start as well! Like you're in the church.
Yeah, it sets. It's again, like I've said this with every musician. It just sets that whole style, and obviously his style is just a crazy combination of all this stuff, and it opens up like a gospel church.
Yeah.
And it's like those either a televangelist or those typical priests in America would are like, "We are gathered here today, and I tell you by the Son of God." But he does it his own style. Obviously, he writes it how he's doing it, and it's brilliant. And it's just so much fun. It's just a fun starting off slow, and then it is a crazy fun song.
Yeah. For me, it's the guitar in this. I mean, he knew how to play the guitar, and some of the guitar riffs on this album, and to start, with his first track and the guitar also as well, Prince vocally, he had a hell of a range vocally. So yeah, it's a great song to open the album with, because you don't know where you're going with, as you say, with the church we are gathered here today, blah blah blah. You think, oh, where are we going with this? And then all of a sudden, boom, "Let's Go Crazy" in his that voice of his. Yeah, but it's a brilliant song to open the album to. And then say the next track, "Take Me With You," was the double A side with "Let's Go Crazy" in the UK. But it only reached number 25 in the US, this song. But it's still a damn good song. So over to you, Ethan. "Take Me With You."
Yep, "Take Me With You," which was a duet with Apollonia, who was known for being in the movie. Yeah. This is a romantic interest.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a very beautiful. It's a very beautiful. I want you now. I don't care what. Let's just have a night on the town, a night in bed. Let's just have a fantastic time together. Kind of song. And yeah, it's just like I said, just that type of song where you meet someone you love, and you're just like, "Take me with you. Don't care what we do. I love you. Take me."
Yeah, and I always like the way he spells the words on his album, on his songs. It's not the proper words; it's the letter U, or it's stuff like that. I like all that. It's brilliant. Yeah, "Take Me With You."
So in a way, I was going to say, so in a way, he sort of like before phones, where it was that short text like to you, he came up with it before anybody else did today. And I always love it's just
anybody out there
when you read.
Yeah, anybody out there watching this, did Prince invent shorthand text? Please answer below. Let us know. Yeah, it's a brilliant song. Yeah, so say it's another single. Now, track 3, "The Beautiful Ones." I listened to the album yesterday, but I re-listened to this song again today, because I was thinking, when listening to it yesterday, I thought, I thought, right, I'll re-listen to it again, and let's see what Ethan's going to say about this. For me personally,
Yep.
it's an awesome song. His vocals are out of this world on this, but Ethan's already mentioned the Batman soundtrack, right? I would love, I don't know if it's already happened, but I would love to have a sort of a mix of The Beautiful Ones and Scandalous together.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I was, The Beautiful Ones, I'm thinking, yeah, it reminds me of Scandalous, the way his vocals are and the speed of the song. I think Scandalous and The Beautiful Ones would really work well together. I don't know if do you agree with that?
Oh, I do. Oh, of course I do. That would be a really good combo.
Yeah. So what's your take on that song?
Yeah. The Beautiful Ones are very beautiful, because I need to watch the film Purple Rain again, and I was going to, but didn't get round to it, unfortunately. But if my memory serves me right, I remember he sung this in the film to Apollonia.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, in the film, it's got a sort of a love triangle between himself, Apollonia, and his rival, Morris. And for music fans, as Morris Day and the Time, who is another good band. They're a very good band. But he sort of plays the arch rival. So there's a love triangle, and the whole song is basically saying who you're going to choose. Do you want to be with him, or do you want to be with me?
Mm-hmm.
And I've been in that situation before, and it is like, do you want to be with him? Do you want to be with me? And he's got such a range, Prince, in this. Yeah. You've already mentioned it. To me, I think this might be my favorite album song.
Right.
Possible. There's only a few album songs in there. A majority of them are singles, aren't they? So there's not that many album songs. So probably this one would probably be my favorite, because you do get a really good range of ups and downs and lows and highs with him.
But I mean, vocally, vocally, every album, he always surprised me with his vocal range. It must have been hell to keep his vocals in check. But the way those high pitched, it is. They say it is a beautiful song and Beautiful Ones. I'd really love to hear it being mixed together with Scandalous. Yeah. Then we get Computer Love, track 4. Wendy and Lisa. Part of the Revolution.
Mm-hmm.
So we get the narrative bits at the beginning of this song. What do you think to the Computer Blue?
Well, again, if it's one thing I love Prince did, it's the explicit raunchiness and sexiness. And I've just now realized when I'm going into detail about this, you're probably going to think I'm a pervert or something.
It's nothing we've already known. Go on.
Let's face it, to a degree, we all are. So anyway. But anyway, no, it opens up like, as you said, with the famous duet girls from the Revolution, in a very sort of suggestion that they're doing dominatrix with themselves.
As you do.
As you do. But it's the short. Obviously, on this, it's lyrically. I mean, it's not the shortest song on the album, but lyrically, there's not that many lyrics on here. It's just a small.
Yeah, because halfway through the song, it just becomes like an instrumental towards the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's one of the things that I love about Prince is because he had a really good balance of, particularly with this album anyway, he had a very good balance of like doing lyrics and then doing a good amount of instrumental to tell the story in a way. And I love both lyrics and instrumental. I know some people are not big on instrumental stuff, but it's the music, it's the guitars, it's the synthesizers, it's the drums. And it's just it's such a good song. It's a small, simple song, but it's a really good one about, like, I suppose, love angst, ain't it? Because it pretty much represents the angst he has that Morris and Apollonia, well, the relationship Apollonia and Morris have. So he sort of got love angst, really. And that's sort of what this song represents. It's love angst.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Yeah, I mean, Wendy and Lisa are a well-talented pair anyway. You know, they've done all their own solo stuff and, well, as a duo stuff, shall I say. And so, you know, that was the good thing about Prince. He let the band members come to the forefront every now and again, to show off what they could do. I mean, you know, you had Wendy and Lisa, you had Sheila E, and all like that. He just let them. He said, you go to the front. I'll be at the back playing guitar. I'll do a bit of backing vocals. You know, that's the good thing about Prince. He wasn't his ego. He may have come across as, you know, all this flamboyant, you know, Prince of Purpleness and stuff like that. You know, but I don't think his ego wasn't there. I don't think he did. His talent shone through, and he let other people's talent shine through his music. Computer Blue. It's a brilliant song, as you say. Not much lyrics, but that's the way he did it. That's what we got. Now we get into Darling Nikki. I wonder what she was doing with that magazine. I don't know. Well, can you explain to me the magazine?
Oh, I've actually been. I was laughing after listening to this song and remembering the lyrics. As soon as it started playing, that one bit that was so famous just clicked, and I thought, I'm gonna have a laugh at this part. But yeah, we obviously, basically, simply put, the song is about a sex fiend called Nikki.
Yes.
And it is nuts. It is definitely one of the raunchiest, most sexed up songs ever, and I love it.
I mean, Prince always did. If you went down that road with a song, he didn't hold back.
He did, yeah. I love that.
He'd go for it.
Yeah, that's one of the things I loved about him. It's just lyrically, this song is just, it is just so raunchy and dirty and sexy. But it is, like you said earlier, every song on this is a masterpiece, and it's just so well written.
I mean, Darling Nikki, Darling Nikki is grinding.
Yeah. And then, but I'll tell you one thing, as you said, he didn't hold back, and that's what I loved about Prince. He didn't hold back, and when you listen to this, your imagination.
Oh yes, you are. Yes, it does play on your imagination. Anyways, it's like in my head.
It does, but it's so I've got to say this. I think this would probably be my second favorite song on the album because of just how daring it is.
Yeah, well, you see, this being my first foray into Prince, discovered him when I was 14 in 1984. I was when I first heard Darling Nikki, I was quite shocked. I mean, I knew the word, well, masturbation. And I knew the word, and to hear it coming from the speakers, I'm thinking, "Oh, did my parents hear that?" You know, and the album didn't come with a warning or anything, because nowadays they always put explicit lyrics and
Yeah, and there's nothing on it.
no,
So I
nothing.
wonder what I'd love to just go back in time and just see all those kids, those teenagers that play that song loud as anything for the first time, and all the parents are downstairs going, "Oh, that's all right," and then suddenly masturbation. What?
What's going on? Turn that thing down. Yeah, I was taken aback the first time I heard it, but I thought, wow, what a guy.
Oh yeah, as they would say in Red Dwarf, what a guy.
What a guy. Right, now we come to the song, what I discovered Prince when it was played on the radio in the summer of '84, When Doves Cry. For me, this is a classic.
Oh,
It's number one in America, number one in Australia, number 4 in the UK. Not bad going. Lyrically, this one, I'm wondering if this was a personally written about his parents and stuff like that with the lyrics, or was this just written for the movie? I don't know. You never can tell, but you can always read it. Yeah. I'm like my father, too bold, and stuff like that. What's your take on When Doves Cry?
I'll tell you one thing. As soon as it opens up, it's one of those classics that just makes you smile, don't it?
Well, even the way he sings and the high pitched noise.
The music. Yeah, it does. It gives you chills, and it's just such a well-written song. And like you said, it sort of is written like a parental problems, and it sort of causes problems with a relationship, don't it? And
I don't know if these songs were especially written for the movie, or he'd written these songs before the movie came about. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I suppose, like you said, it's one of those things you never know. I mean, I'm going to have to watch the film again just to then maybe go, and then at least maybe you could go, maybe you could have done, could have not. But either way, whichever one it is, it's a fantastic song.
Oh yeah. It's for me. Yeah, this is the one that grabbed me and noticed Prince. You can say I'd never heard of him before. I thought, who's this guy? All dressed in the video, all dressed in purple, or dressed in lacy shirts and tilted hats in the video, and he's funky.
Yeah, it's funky. It's psychedelic.
He could be funky in his high heels, because we know he was a diminutive kind of guy, but they didn't hold him back. And then we go track 7, I Would Die For You. Another single, a number 8 in America, and this one didn't get to the top 40 in the UK. So over to you, Ethan.
Yep.
Over to you, Ethan.
Okay. Yeah. Again, like the one before it, When Doves Cry, it's a very it hits you. It's one of those songs that hits you, and you're like, makes you smile. And to me, this is again one of those classics that I just never get tired of listening to, and it's just got such a up tempo, feel good, happy tune to it. It's sort of like a real fighter's song, isn't it? I would die for you.
I would die for you. It's I remember when this song was released, and wow, this is a brilliant song. A follow-up song to the last single, and then well, where is it in the charts in the UK? I mean, I'd say it was a top 10 in America, but didn't even get in the top 40 in the UK. But it was played and played and played.
Yeah.
So it's a brilliant song.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then we come to the next song. Now, this is the only song on the album which was used as a B-side. So it was in America. It was used as a B-side to "Take Me With You." We're talking about "Baby I'm a Star." So, what do you think of that track?
Brilliant. A fantastic song about, you know, and I think in a way Prince wrote this about himself. Like it's about becoming a star. And there's actually one bit at the start and one bit at the end where it sounds like somebody talking, but it doesn't sound quite right. But if you look it up, it's actually him singing backwards.
Yeah.
What the F do they know? You know, I made it, this and that. And when you look it up and hear it backwards, you're like, oh, that's clever. That is really clever.
I mean, I suppose people who bought the vinyl could have done it themselves and rewound it to
Yeah, rewound it and gone, oh, write that down.
Hidden message.
Yeah.
It is a good song.
And a little fun fact.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a really good song. And a little fun fact for you, actually. And I didn't know this until today because I was reading up on everything, as you do, just read up on stuff, refresh my memory. But believe it or not, Tim Burton wanted this song to play during the balloon scene in Batman 1989. And they said that because it fits with like Joker making himself out to be a star and stuff, giving the money away. But then Prince said he wanted 200 balloons to fit with the whole balloon theme of, you know, Joker's parade and stuff like that. But eventually they opted for Trust. So they wrote the song Trust and they thought, let's do Trust because lyrically and musically, it had the same length of time. It was the closest to "Baby I'm a Star." So if you listen to Trust and "Baby I'm a Star," you could hear the similarities, and you actually think, "Oh yeah, they both sound very similar."
Do you know? Now you mention it, I mentioned "Scandalous" earlier on. Now you've said "Trust," yeah.
Yeah, so now all we need now is a very special album where you've got Scandalous and Beautiful Ones together, and then Baby I'm a Star and Trust together.
Yeah,
what a combo!
And also kudos as well for getting the 200 balloons mentioned in here as well.
Yeah.
Now that was the B-side, I think, to Bat Dance, if I remember rightly. Could have been, I think.
Yeah, it was Bat Dance. Yeah, it was the Bat Dance.
And now we come to the final track, the title track of the album, Purple Rain, number 2 in America, number 8 in the UK. And to me personally, the album version is the ultimate version, not the edited single version that was always played on radio, 4 minutes long. It has to be the nearly 9 minutes, 8.5 minutes long version of Purple Rain. What you've got to listen to, because they say the edited single version doesn't do it justice. I mean, it's still a good song, you know, it gets played on radio, but come on, you've got to have the full length version to fully appreciate it. So over to you, Ethan. Purple Rain.
Without doubt, one of the greatest power ballads and songs of all time. And no matter, this was the song that just made Prince a household name, arguably. And no matter, it was just, as soon as that comes on, it's the most beautiful thing you can listen to. And it's written so well because Prince wrote that. I don't know if he did this like just for the movie or both, but he's obviously saying, like, you know, to everyone, I'm sorry if I caused you any pain. I never meant to cause you any sorrow. I nearly I was just about to start singing there, actually.
Feel free if you want to.
I can hear myself, when you do the lyrics. But that's how good the song is. Again, no matter when you start doing those words, even if you talk, you just sing it. It's just such a fantastic song.
It
about, making amends with the people you love, and saying, I'm sorry about this. All I want to see is you happy and us have a good friendship and dancing in the purple rain. But I mean, as you said, you whenever I listen to this, I never listen to the 4-minute version. You cannot get the full glory with the 4-minute version. The 8-minute version is the one true version.
I mean, you have to.
What an ending to the album.
You have to have that guitar, in the middle of the song. If you cut that out for the radio player, then you're not getting the full whack. Because the guitar playing in this, halfway through, where he's just, I only want to see you dancing in the purple rain. For me personally, it is one of the best written songs, and the way he sings it with real feeling.
Yeah,
there is real feeling in the way he sings it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as you say, I haven't seen the movie for quite a few years now. So I may have to dust it down and drag it, have a watch of it again, just to appreciate the soundtrack as well. Yeah, Purple Rain. This, as I say, this was the album what got me into Prince. And thank God it did, because all the albums afterwards, just as magical as this one. So any final say on this album, Ethan, before we shut this one down?
Oh, just I think we have just said as much as we can about this. I mean, just everything. Like, you've got the perfect start to the album. It's just such a perfectly written album. You've got the perfect start of Let's Go Crazy, and then just the perfect finish / finale of Purple Rain.
Where is it now? Yeah, but also as well, the cover as well. It's a very iconic cover, isn't it? It's for an album. It's a very recognisable album cover. It won awards. And everything. Yeah, it's just that you see that, what you're going to listen to. So,
yeah.
I agree. Yeah. Now we get to the hard bit, is scoring. 9 tracks. Like we always 9 tracks. What's your score?
Yep.
So it's going to be out of 9.
Yeah. Oh.
Odd way of doing it, but I'm odd.
Oh. It's I did this with the last one, where I'm like thinking of all the songs. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, the last one we did was Older by George Michael. As well, we lost him in the same year as we lost Prince. So
I know. I mean, God rest both their souls. I mean, they must be having a rocking time up there in heaven.
I think heaven's getting quite full.
Yeah. But I'll tell you one thing, it must be the best gig ever.
Do you know what? I'm still queuing up for tickets, though. I can wait my turn.
It must be the best gig ever. But anyways, right. Scoring. Yeah, it's just, I appreciate just every song on this.
Yeah.
Be it long or short, or and even just like the smallest lyrics, but everything about it, from the music, the writing, all the band members getting their fair shot.
Yeah.
So it's definitely going to be a 9 out of 9.
A 9 out of 9. All right, so now let's. Oh, you've done it again, haven't you?
It's not my fault. I'm just being honest.
Like, the bad guy. Yeah, let's go.
Next time,
Take me where you're.
next time I'll try and pretend.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8. 8 out of 9. There's a certain song on it. I mean, I like the song, but there's a certain song what could be just, I don't know, tweaked a bit, I think. But yeah, it's an 8, a good enough score.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's still a brilliant album.
That's all.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
And this really as well. If nobody's ever sat down and thought, you know what, I'm going to give Prince a listen to, this is an ideal album to jump in at and go from there. Purple Rain. Purple Rain, I would say, the ideal.
I've always said as well. Oh, I agree. It is out of all the albums he's ever done, it's the best one to start off with. It really is. Like, you could go from Purple Rain, and I've always said you could do then go 1999, Controversy, and me personally, Batman. But that's just me. But
yeah, I mean, so you could go Purple. Yeah.
No, Purple Rain.
Yeah. It's yeah, I mean, as you say, you could go from one to the other. I mean, you could go Purple Rain up to Love Sexy, over to Diamonds and Pearls.
Another album, Diamonds and Pearls, fantastic.
Or you can jump from Purple Rain to Symbol. You know, it doesn't. You know, but it's an ideal starting point. Is Purple Rain by Prince and the Revolution. So that's what we've been talking about today. Prince and the Revolution, Purple Rain album. So I'd just like to say thanks, Ethan, because Ethan suggested this album. Yeah, if you liked what we was talking about, leave a comment below. If you'd like to get involved in any of our cast, be it movies, TV, audio dramas, even music, what we're doing now, just leave a message. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're all over the place. Because we'd like to get people involved, fresh new faces. So until next time, I don't think we've decided what we're doing next time yet. We'll get round to it. So until next time, we'll be seeing you.